So I want to note this is what they stated about the article and not me. A glamorous Mississippi high school art teacher has been arrested after she was accused of sending inappropriate pictures to a 16-year-old student. Emily, age 27, faces charges of enticement of a child and child exploitation in connection with the incident, the latest case of alleged inappropriate teacher-student relations across the United States. While working at Water Valley High School, she was arrested after she allegedly sent a student nude photos. A different student learned about the photos and tipped off the principal, who then contacted police. Emily resigned and turned herself into authorities last Monday. She was freed on a $50,000 bond. Tracy Wadler, a former FBI special agent and CIA officer, stated that they are seeing more cases like these because people are getting into teaching at too young of an age. Quote, I do wonder if part of it is the excitement of having this kind of power over an individual, which is pretty gross. There continues to be stories of young teachers who are harassing and going after students nationwide. Jessica Lawson, age 36, of Arizona native, taught at South Fremont High School from 2021 until 2023. On November 6, a teenage boy described as either 16 or 17 years of age faced a traffic stop for having a car with no visible taillights. Authorities discovered that the car belonged to Lawson, whom the boy stated allowed him to drive because she was too drunk to. Court documents state that the boy admitting to having marijuana on him at the time of the stop drove the underage boy home that night, but the next morning his parents provided authorities with more details. The parents claimed that Lawson picked up her teen at 11 p.m. on November 6th and drove him to her house in St. Anthony, Idaho. Once there, she and the teenager had relations after getting drunk and high at her place. Lawson, according to the boy's mother, admitted to some of the allegations. She copped to picking him up from his home and taking him to her home, where she gave him drinks. However, she both denied anything else had occurred and stated that while there was marijuana in the house, she did not give it to him. So you literally have a person that worked for both organizations and stated that they are seeing this increase. This is on the rise. So again, this is not anything that is made up. This is not some type of fictitious thing. This is not, somebody trying to make something more than what it is. This is legitimately a problem. And people have to figure out why. Now, the most interesting thing that she stated is that she thinks that it's because the teachers are getting younger and younger. And I would refuse that notion, because there has been an abundance of teachers that were in their 40s and their 50s that were both going after the students in the classroom. Again, this is not the first time the teachers have done this, allowed kids to drink, drive, narcotics, all of these things. And again, these are people that you hand over your blind faith to religiously on an everyday basis. And they proceed to use that blind faith for their own self-interest and their own selfish needs by way of getting directly to your children. And the only way that this was even found out was because another child knew about it. It was like, oh, I saw the pictures, I'm snitching, I'm telling. And then when that child told, they sat up there and told the principal. The principal sat up there and contacted the proper authorities, and so on and so on and so on. But like I said before, this also comes at a point in time where a lot of kids are not having the social engagements that they would normally have with their peers, because a lot of kids, quote unquote, pandemic, they are so used to being away and just talking directly by video chat or primarily by text messages or by on these apps. So they don't know how to physically just be there and talk to one of their peers. So you have a lot of these teachers that realize this and they're like, well, let me just step in. Let me just, start having these conversations. Let me make it easier for them. Let me just, see what everything is. And this is what they do. This is how, they make the moves that they decide to make. And a lot of people don't want to call it out. And more so specifically, a lot of people don't want to call it out when it's women doing this. Since the beginning of time, like a lot of people like to say, you've always had men doing it. Okay, great. We understand this. We have a lot of men that have been prosecuted. They're on a registry and, they've been charged or other things have taken place, right? But how many women can we say have been treated the exact same way that men have been treated when they are found out to have done the exact same things, if not worse? How many of these women can we say have, been locked up in prison locked up in jail. They're on the registry. A lot of these stories that I go over, a lot of these women do not have to sign up for anything. They just get their bond and that's it. And that's egregious because now you're allowing these women back out on the streets to do the exact same thing. You never hear any talks of, oh, we're going to take away their license to be able to teach and this, that, and the third. And we're going to, make sure that everybody knows about them. And no, that never happens. Or if it does, it's rare. And again, that is the problem because like I stated to you before, and again, I am amongst probably a few content creators out here that will actually speak on these issues. And like I said, it's sad to see. Everybody always states that they care about the kids, but I'm not seeing it. All these adults always say they care about the kids. I'm not seeing it. Where? Because 9 times out of 10, it's adults committing these acts against these minors, against these students. And these students don't deserve this at all. And like I said, I put these stories out there in hopes that this doesn't one day become your student. That in hopes that this doesn't become your child. Because again, like I said before, every child deserves the right to be a child, to be in a child's place, to experience childlike things, to be able to grow, right? To be able to find themselves versus having an adult deciding that they want to insert themselves in that position and take over that role of quote unquote teaching and giving life lessons. The only lessons that a teacher should be giving is only in the classroom, dealing with the books, dealing with the curriculum. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that's said in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.